Alrighty, welcome back everyone to our Groundskeeper chat series. I am your host, Meg Kruger, and today I'm coming live from the grounds shop at CPKC Stadium here in Kansas City. And I am joined by Miss Mira Emma and Julie Kessler. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for
Welcome
having
back,
us.
I should say.
Yes.
Both of you are returners to the Groundskeeper chat.
Best. We're excited.
I just asked you to give me, your titles before we started here. And then I said, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. We're going to start off on a, factual note. We don't need me butchering anything. And I already butchered the stadium name.
That's okay.
But I'm going to blame it on the letters are very similar up there.
Yeah.
So Mira, please properly introduce yourself, and then we'll turn it over to Julie.
Yes. I am obviously Mira Emma, and I'm the manager of sports turf and grounds here at the Kansas City Current.
Wonderful. And Julie?
I am the coordinator of sports turf and grounds for CPKC Stadium.
Wonderful. And these two wonderful friends laid out the red carpet for me today and gave me a full tour of the stadium. I mean, we were going behind the scenes. We were in the cool suites. We were in the locker room. Julie's looking at me wide-eyed. Was I not allowed to say that?
That was my first time in the locker room, so it's fine.
And it's truly incredible what you guys are, getting to be a part of this foundation for a whole new wave from what I can feel like is coming in female sports.
Absolutely. That's what is so exciting. People always say, we go into an office and here it is. And it's like, this is our office. We get to be outside all the time. We get to be in this stadium, and what an opportunity it is.
Yeah. And just all the excitement and culture that's being built around this team and community, it feels like, because people are really invested in how this is going to not only, raise up female sports, but also just the city as a whole, in having, this type of, I don't know, promotion of it in a sense.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier, and just the growth of the city, and we're the only sports team in the actual city of Kansas City.
Yeah, that's so cool.
The Chiefs and the Royals are a little bit outside the city, and obviously the Monarchs are out there, and we have hockey. But
the community support is one of the things that I really noticed. I'm from Northern Virginia, so we kind of share some sports teams with Maryland.
Yep.
And here, it's just significantly different.
Yeah.
Even I know the Chiefs are really good, but our team's really good too.
Yes.
And so, the fans here are just, incredible.
When you, turn the corner, probably a mile out from the stadium, at least from what I experienced, and it just turns into Teal.
Teal Town.
Teal Town.
Teal.
And it really just feels like a very cool community is being built here, already built. But you guys are just going to continue to grow that even larger. It's very exciting.
Lots of new things coming for sure.
Well, even today, I think I stumbled upon probably a pretty typical day in life for you guys, but it's just so much buzz, so much excitement. We were texting last night and found out that I would be here at the same time as Chase Straw. And it just happenstance that you guys have vendors, academics, people wanting to know what's going on inside these walls.
Yeah, no, I think that's the coolest part. Right now we're in the process of building so many fields. Obviously we have the stadium here, but we have 2 natural fields out at the training facility, 5 artificial, and we're adding another stadium, which would be a 2,500 person stadium, on top of 4 additional natural grass training pitches. So the construction and just how quickly things have, turned over here in the last few weeks, I think that's also something that give credit to our ownership.
Yep.
They are investing heavily in women's sports, and how quickly they turn things around makes our job that much more fun.
Where does the cool, calm, collected energy come from? The two of you, when you guys were giving me a lay of the land this morning and just telling me what was happening, not an ounce of frazzle or chaos. You both are just so, where does that trickle down from? Or does it start with you two, you think?
I don't know. For me, because I've worked some other places where it's not always been like that.
Yeah.
And then when I came here, I don't know, Mira and Jared, they're both just it's fine.
We're going to make it happen.
I think that's also just working in sports. I've had my fair share of backgrounds too, but, we talk about it all the time, pressure is a privilege. So it's kind of how you handle your stresses and how you handle your emotions, because at the end of the day, what an opportunity it is to even have all of these, resources and responsibilities, and what a time it is.
I think it makes it like that much more enjoyable though, because we know like how much of a big deal this is. And so obviously we care about it, but it's not like we're so stressed all the time.
Yeah.
Which is really nice, because it's so much easier to enjoy all of the stuff that they're doing.
And Julie, you moved here from Northern Virginia. You are one of the OG Brentsville Tiger Turf students.
Yep.
And then you spent time at Virginia Tech.
Yep.
And now you're here in Kansas City. How has it been just getting to experience this city as a whole, and moving and, having to put roots down here for you?
I was pleasantly surprised. I was kind of just like, well, if it's terrible, anybody can live somewhere for a year.
Yep.
But I was like, I don't think it will be, because we talked on like Zoom multiple times, and I was like, no, I think like my gut was like, yeah, you need to go there.
Yeah.
And much better than like college.
Okay.
A lot of people, I think, say college is like the best years of your life, but I don't think
You're
so.
experiencing those now. That's really sweet. I
Like,
love
this is the
that.
best job I've had. And I've had internships.
Yep.
So not like full-time jobs, but I definitely was like, yeah, I'm glad I came here.
That's so nice. That's so nice to hear. And also just, your story is so cool because this came on your radar so early. Like you had the opportunity to really like understand the industry before you had to make that first move. Like I feel like sometimes people, it's like a happy accident where they end up, because like they find out about the industry like when they just stumble into some random job or whatever. But you really had that experience of like, you got to meet a lot of these people first and hear about how they run their crews and everything, and how unique that is opposed to how a lot of us in this industry, what I would call happy accidents, wherever they end up.
Yeah, that's interesting, because like a lot of people have those happy accidents, and I'm like, I don't even know what that would be like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where I would have found my happy accident to end up here.
Yeah.
And I was almost done with high school at that point, when I was like, oh, I guess, yeah, I probably could do this.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would be here when I was 16 years old.
I know.
But here I am.
That's always one of our main questions on the Groundskeeper chat, is like, if your 16-year-old self could see what you're doing today, like, could they even conceptualize? And obviously, you guys probably know the answer to that. Everyone's like, absolutely not.
No.
Like, just what a really cool like life story you guys are living for sure. Yeah. And Julie, something I was telling you guys early, like when I like have to navigate a new city or like do things by myself, I'm always like, oh my gosh, like I am an INDEPEND, independent woman out here, like singing this like hype song to myself. But really, like, when did you do that Pittsburgh Steelers internship?
That was the summer of my freshman year. So I was
crazy.
Like 19.
Yeah, and you were just like, oh, I'm just gonna go here for a summer.
It wasn't too far. It was like 4.5 hours. So I was like, I can go home if I need to.
Yeah.
St. Louis was big for me though, because that like here I think 16 hours. St. Louis probably 13.
Okay.
So I was like,
far away.
Diving in head first, like we're doing it.
Now I'm like 16 hours. I was like, that's pretty far, but
like who instilled that? Like.
I don't know.
You think?
I don't know, honestly.
Because it's something I certainly do not have. Like, just that, I don't even know if it's a confidence or just like Chase Straw, actually, in his Pioneers in the Field, he described it as like, he's so easygoing that like, it was like, why not? And maybe that's kind of how yours is.
Yeah, I also like grew up riding horses. So we would go to horse shows all the time.
Okay.
And we kind of just had to like make that hotel or like that town our home for like 4 or 5 days. So that I already was like used to that. So then I was just like, I'll go there. Go there for 3 months. I'm going to come back home. It's not like it's forever.
Yeah.
So
well, and maybe having that home base of like, you went to college very near home base for you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you always had that ability to go back. I just love your story because it is like so unique. But yours too, Mira, like, you are what I think SFMA is trying to promote out to athletes. Like, you are the message, like you are the textbook example of what they want people to do when the collegiate or high school career ends. Like, hey, this is your way to, they always say, you know, stay in the game. And so both of you just come to the table with such unique stories, and this chapter really is just only going to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, so exciting. I mean, going back to how Julie ended up here, like, we were looking for someone, and just her background of obviously being in sports turf and then having some golf course background, but also sports opens doors at the most perfect times.
Yeah.
And she already graduated college.
Yeah, I wasn't looking.
She was
for
not
a job
looking.
At the time.
That's when I went up to Drew and I was like, hey, so
which one?
Who needs a job? And I only knew Julie because I think she won almost every single SFMA scholarship.
Yes.
So it's like, again, Julie Kessler walks across the stage. Julie Kessler walks across the stage.
People just don't apply for the scholarships. You apply, you usually win.
I always
So
used to say that. Like, yeah, what is the harm in applying for things?
Yeah,
like,
no, absolutely. Just apply yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Free
crazy.
money.
Yeah.
Free money.
Well, and now Ava, your intern here for the
Yes.
summer, she's the new one that you see come across the stage.
Exactly. And then Ava was the next one. So I was like, well,
Okay, better bring her in.
Yeah, but like perfect time, perfect place, and obviously Julie is the perfect fit here. So we are incredibly excited to have her, but lucky that she's on our crew.
Love it. And you know, people talk about how the transition from like being a part of a team really fits well with being a part of a crew. Like, you don't lose that camaraderie or that culture that is really around like a sports team. And I can tell, I don't even need to ask you guys, like, I can tell that you two have that here. And just with even all the people you interacted with on the tour today, it was like you have like this familiar bond with them. And that's just really cool to see that, like, you know, this can be like a home away from home for you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's one thing that we pride ourselves in is the culture and environment that we build here. Whether that's you're in our department or you're in other departments, like, we're a family. And so we're going up, we're going down together, we're doing everything together. Everyone's busy all the time. So we get it. We understand hours might be hard, long hours, short hours, like whatever we're in, whoever needs help, we can step in. But that's something that we consistently build here at the Kansas City Current, is making sure everyone fits a specific culture.
I love it.
To pave the way forward.
Like a philosophy almost.
Absolutely.
And what are some of those, like, I don't know if they're like rituals or mantras or philosophies that like help you stay grounded when, you know, you've got a long week ahead, or yesterday you guys put 15 hours in. Like, what are those things that help you stay grounded and like rooted to, you know, I don't know, stay healthy and positive?
I think, like, even though we are busy, we all like make it a point to be like, look, if you need a day off, take a day off. Like, it's not the end of the world if we're not all here. And also, I was telling Drew, I don't think this is gonna sound kind of weird, but when I finish it,
you'll make it through. That is my philosophy on the Groundskeeper chat, is I never really know where the sentence is going until the end.
Well, I don't feel like we come here and like do work. We're just all friends. We come here, do some stuff that we need to do, and just hang out.
I love that.
And so I think that too, like, I'm not, even if I knew like, oh, the next day is going to be 15 hours long, I don't dread it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, we're going to get to hang out all day.
I love that. That's so sweet.
There's always something going on, always some jokes, and it just makes it like...
The shoes hanging up there.
Yeah, that's a story for later. You can ask Ava about that.
I partially told her.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, just having fun with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got to chat with Jared Minnick a little bit today out on the field. Like I said, you guys had like everyone in the world trying to get to you today. So, so we got a few minutes with him, and, you know, I can just tell that he shares that same, you know, mission or thought process of making it an enjoyable place to be when you're here. And I love that he was saying that he has brought his family into this family. And, you know, how has that, you know, impacted the culture or camaraderie of this crew for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's our leader, and it starts up from the top, right? So how, you know, we all got here, how we continue each and every day with, like, our mantra is no excuses and 1% better each day. So how can you give, you know, your 100% each day? And maybe someone's 100% looks a little different than, you know, one day at a time. But, I mean, just having his openness and his vision for what we want to do has developed our department, but also bringing in his family. I mean, it just brings another sense of just like a welcoming and warmth to it. He's got a 5 and a 2-year-old, and they just run around like to kick soccer balls all the time. So
I love it.
But that's the fun of it, is bringing his family in, but we're all family at the end of the day.
Yeah. I've also liked that he gives us a lot of like freedom. Like he's like, okay, this is what we need to do. And then we can kind of take that and be like, well, what makes sense to do, what first to like get through the day or through the week or whatever it is. And he's always open to like feedback. And he's kind of just like, like
run with it.
He
and then you guys steal the freedom from him, and you don't let him on any equipment.
No,
well, there's some backstories, but that's for another time.
That's not true. That's
another time. But that's another thing, is here we like to instill the reason why. Like, why are we doing the things we're doing? And that includes, anything, fertilizing, cultural practice on a day-to-day. Why are we taking,
Chase, are you leaving? Yep. Okay. Okay.
But like, why are we taking all the data? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Just let me all have an understanding. Because obviously in school, you're being taught, from a book, what exactly you need to do. Or from an internship, maybe you have 3 tasks and you do them the entire summer. But like, why are we doing those things?
Yes. Yeah.
So here, creating a different culture to learn in a different way, to stretch our brains, but also go out into, the next jobs that we might be at, or the next opportunities, and how can we impact, sports fields in that aspect.
I love that.
That was one of like the things I took away from all the interviews I did with Mira and Jared, is Jared was like, I just want to help you get to where you want to be. Yeah. He didn't care if I was going to come here and stay for like 6 months and leave and go somewhere else. Yeah. He, because I think sometimes that happens. Like, people want you to come and stay there. Yeah. But he doesn't. He's like, I want you to come here, learn what you can, and then go use it somewhere else, or take this culture somewhere else so that everybody can. Well, and we know that he's like a man of his word. You look at Ryan Bajorn, who worked with him at the Maryland Soccerplex, and now running Gillette Stadium, and the Revolution and the Patriots are all under his care. That's going to be Mira next. Watch out. There, but somewhere else, it's going to be Mira. Yeah, watch out. And truly, though, like, we always talk about those family trees, and people that like have the living, breathing legacies of people that, had time under them, learned their way about things, developed their own way about things, and then they get to go and impact fields across the world. But like I said, I feel like it's so much more than a field here. Like Jared was saying, the fact that his daughter's first exposure to female sports is this, like, that's their point of view and perspective. Like, how cool that is, that they get to grow up like seeing the absolute red carpet pulled out for these female athletes is really special. Yeah. I love it. And the other thing I wanted to ask you guys is, what about, whether it was this job or just this industry, was there anything that was like intimidating to you coming in that you have now find like thrilling or just like exciting that you have accomplished that? And whoever wants to take that one first. I know that's a doozy.
Intimidating, yeah. I mean, I think one of the biggest things for me, at least, was like, I've always had a dream to be ahead, like wanting to run, wanting to be, the head, having a field, right? But it's like, how do you get there? What questions do you have to ask? What goes into it? How do you actually construct a field? What are the amount of equipment? What kind of equipment? How do I even get the equipment? Yeah. So it's like going through all those questions of, well, how do you manage a crew? How do you manage this person? What happens in this situation? There's so many aspects that go into it. And at each internship, now looking back, there was a different piece that I could take from each one that can now help my development here at my first real job. Yep. And then now here, and being kind of, climbing a little ladder to then grow and develop in the role that I want to become, but also helping all the other people, because all of their experiences also help me as well. Yeah. So it's cool having, those dynamics, but it's jumping on a piece of equipment that you have no idea, and you just kind of fake it till you make it. Yeah. Like, it's like, well, hopefully this works. I don't really know. We were all doing that. Yeah, well, every day, but just kind of taking that leap of faith and really getting your feet wet in something that might feel uncomfortable, but once you're outside that comfort zone, I mean, it goes back to taking an internship 14 or 16 hours away. Like that's truly a leap of faith, and you're just hoping everything works out. Best. Exactly. Yep.
But I think everything happens for a reason. So there's a reason that I ended up here. Yeah. I think I figured it out at this point, but.
So was there anything intimidating for you coming into this position that now that you're sitting in it, like that you can look back and be like, wow, I'm really proud that I was able to accomplish that?
It was probably mostly the distance.
Okay.
But also, like, I can just get on a plane. Yeah. Just go home. And the other part I didn't know is, like...
Goodbye, Chase.
Bye.
Good to see you. We'll see you soon. Everyone, Chase is now leaving.
Yeah. Going back to exploring the world.
Yes. What? Australia, Spain, Japan, he said, in the last 3 weeks?
Crazy. Just anywhere.
Insane.
That'll have him.
Sorry, go ahead. The distance for you.
Yeah, the distance, but then also, like... Because I've worked at 2 other professional sports teams, and I didn't know, like, is it going to be high pressure here or what? Because, I mean, I've worked at 2 golf courses, and they're a lot more, like, laid back than a lot of sports teams, which it's valid. Like, golf is just a lot different. And I didn't know, like, is it going to be high stress, if there's going to be a lot of pressure? And then I was like, it's so chill, like all the time, and that's the exact work environment that you were looking for. I thrive in, and I would like to be in.
I love that.
Yeah, when you put it in perspective, like our jobs is to grow grass and just be outside all the time. So like, what a cool job that we have.
Yeah, I struggle with it every single day. How do I promote it even further? Because like the untapped like job pool. Yeah, I'm sure. Like if people knew really that you could just be outside, you know, it's unreal. And the other question, I always have a hard time framing this because like Leah Withrow always said it best. Like when the question, like, what's it like being a female? And you know, like I'm not gonna, like, that's not what I'm asking. And her response is always like, I don't know, what's it like having to stand peeing? Like, what's it like funny to pee when you're standing up? Like it's such a like redundant question, but how do you guys kind of toe the line, I guess, with, you know, promoting it when it does bring positive things, but also like standing firm and not letting people be like, oh, this is such a novelty. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's got to be such a tricky balance where it's like, yeah, you want to promote that, like, you've got some badass women here doing the damn thing, but how do you do that without making it seem like it's a novelty and it's only going to be replicated once?
I think the thing I've noticed the most is like, the culture here is more just like, we're not going to tell you all about how we have all these women working here. We'll just let you watch.
Experience it, yeah.
And like Mira was telling me about, they get like feedback after the matches, and one of the fans made a comment like, oh, I love that the grounds crew is like majority women. And I think that's exactly what we want. We want people to notice it instead of us like putting it out there on like a billboard and being like, look at us, like we're all female grounds crew.
Yeah, really experience it.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes along the lines of just our industry too, is you kind of want to fly under the radar. Yeah. Usually when you're in the bright lights, it's not necessarily good.
Yeah, I don't like bright lights, so.
But that's kind of what we do. Like we just do our jobs. I mean, that's what we love to do. That's what we're here to do. It's not for, you know, we're not on Broadway. We're not here. Anything. We're not, you know, all the materialistic things. It's more so paving. Like we're part of an evolution. We're part of something that's going to continue. That's going to continue to, you know, breed on forever. And that's our goal at the end of the day. So as many women that we can bring in here, but also elevate those women that are also crushing it in the industry as well, because they are putting in the work as well. I mean, it's like, what a cool time. I mean, so many people are graduating too. So what an opportunity is to have more women in our industry.
Truly. And, you know, the Women in Turf team, like one of their taglines is like, see it, be it. Like if you can see someone doing it, that may be the first time you have that epiphany, like, oh, I could also do that. Who was that person for you guys? And it doesn't have to be a female, but like, who was that person in your life that you saw them doing this career and you were like, that could be me? Like, and it really just was almost like a guidepost or, you know, a lighthouse for you in a sense.
I don't know if I had one. I think like Drew was the main like driver in getting me here, because he just has always been so supportive, and he's like, he'll throw me a million different ideas. He'll be like, you can go here or there, and I'm like, that's far, or I don't want to live there. And he just always like, but no advice that he's ever given me has like steered me wrong.
Yeah.
And so it's just been like, oh, he believes in me. And so, I mean, I've met other people along the way, like Maritza, and just numerous people that are like, yeah, like supportive. And that's really helpful. I don't think I had someone that I was like, oh, that could be me. Yeah. It was just like, all these people believe in me, so why shouldn't I believe in me?
I love it. I love that. And what like a privilege that is to have that.
Absolutely.
To have like, again, that program, really like the industry support for that program, and the people that were like, yeah, we want you to succeed. We want you to be the blueprint for others in the future. And yeah, really like how cool that is that that's been your experience.
Yeah, I think that's very similar. I mean, the amount of mentors that I've had, the first step that I stepped in Iowa State was, you're going to have a job. This is where you're working. You're starting tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. So Tim Van Loo was my boss at that time. I was like, all right, let's get on. I mean, city girl, never been on a mower before, and almost smoked a pole. I was just like, all right, hit an irrigation head. That thing went flying. That was my first time mowing. So you learn something new every time. But I mean, my goal stepping into Iowa State was I want to go to the Chicago Cubs. Next thing you know, next summer, I'm working with Dan Kiermaier at the Chicago Cubs. And then from there, I was like, you know what? I need to get my foot in the door with Louisville, or with soccer, women's soccer. Yeah. And I reached out to Aaron Fink, a former Iowa State grad, and he was like, you can do this. Come on, come join our team. So I joined them for a summer. And then that's when I met Jackson, who was the head groundskeeper here at the time. Okay. And he was like, we want you to come down to Kansas City. And then once I heard Jared was potentially in the talks, and he was all about development and where can we get you the next steps, and obviously being new into the industry, even though, you know, having those experiences, but looking back in the mentors, I was like, no way this can get better. Like, there's like, I've been so fortunate in having like the truly value,
name dropping,
having the value in my life, but in my whole entire experience. And that was the motto at Iowa State was, it was find your journey. Yeah. So where are you going to go in the next 4 years? And when I graduated, I was like, think about all the experience that I've had, and then add soccer on the top of that. Like, so incredibly blessed. But to now be here in Kansas City and then continue to move forward and having so many of those connections and representatives. I mean, Maritza in St. Louis, and now Leah, who's at Arizona State, like all those women too have been, I mean, Sun, she's been a big rep for me too. Yeah. And just instilling that value and having the respect of those people, I think, is the biggest thing.
Well, and I think like both of you articulated it perfectly. Like if other people are believing in me, like why shouldn't I have that own, you know, confidence that I can do it? Like that seems so simple, but how I'm sure that literally like helps people get up in the morning when you have other people like counting on you because they believe that you can do it. Like that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Definitely fake it till you make it, I think. And then
Julie's like, oh my gosh.
People start believing in you, and then you're like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing.
I can do it, yeah. That person for me really, like Kelly Lynch has been like my number one hype girl. Yeah. Like
I love her.
Literally, if I just, even if it's not work-wise, I need somebody to like build me up in my own personal confidence. Like a text or call to her, like does the trick. Yep. Like I'm like, oh yeah, like I did do that. Like, oh wow, like I can, you know, make this happen. Like just having those people in your life are so important. That, you know, moms are great. Like my mom is also that person for me, but at the end of the day, like, you know, in the back of your head, like, okay, this person obviously is a bit biased.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's my first SFMA conference I went to. Kelly was the one
giving the speech. Yes. Julie, I was literally at that lunch, and I'm telling you, we both were there, and I think we had like, you know, in our own parallel journeys, but like it was life-changing to be in that room. It was,
because she was just talking about, like, she said, everybody has a peanut butter jar, and you can't just keep giving your peanut butter away but never getting any. Yeah. And like, I don't know how old I was, maybe 19 at that point, 18, 19, but I was just like, wow. Like, still to this day, I'm 23. I mean, it's not that long ago, but years, and I'm like, that talk alone Like, I don't know if there'll be another one to compare to it.
Yeah.
It's just at the time where I was in my life, it was just like exactly what I needed to hear.
Well, and I had like I think I've told Kelly this, like I had a very different experience when I was sitting in there. I was very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it almost like pissed me off. Like, I was kind of like, ugh, like, is this like some man-hating club? Like, you initially, when you go to something like that, you're like, oh, what is this going to be?
Yeah.
And the fact that I couldn't like pick out a literal single trace of that it really was all about like, hey, like, we're like, it was such a positive like message. And I really went into it like with what is that word I'm looking for? Pessimistic. I was looking to hate it.
Yep.
Like and I think I left the lunch. Like I literally was like, I'm whatever. Like, they're all gabbing. I'm going to leave. Like, but I kept thinking about it for the rest of the day that we were at conference. I was like, wow, okay, maybe, okay, whatever. And then I saw all of them waiting to get on the boat to take back to the other side of Savannah or whatever. And I was like, well, let me just go talk to them. And the fact that they were like living, breathing examples of the message that they were like spreading, I was like, okay, this isn't a fluff. Like they immediately like welcomed me in. They were like, yeah, we'll do your podcast tomorrow. Like on the fly, 4 of them were like, yeah, we'll do it. Like they showed up the next day, sat down, talked to me. And then from that moment on have had advocates of what I've been doing. Like, to the fact that you have people that go out and say like, this is what I'm going to do. And then they actually are the living, breathing version of it. Like it just resonated with me in such a way that it really changed my life, that lunch. Like where I knew I went in as such a hater and I came out with like an entire like arsenal of tools.
People,
like,
that's so crazy.
It really was. It was wild. And I look back at so many different things that I've experienced in this journey that really started from right there.
I mean, that was my first conference ever. So it was just like a lot of new stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't know what this is going to be about. And then it was like so good.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, have I been like missing out on this whole time?
Yeah.
Man, I'm sad I missed it. That was the one that I went to the one after that.
Okay. If you missed it. Well, I will say I was at the one before that. So it would have been like West Palm.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar? And I will say like, not a lot of female presence there. And I kind of like wore that as a badge of honor. Like, look, I could hang in this group. Like I did the thing. Like, and so when I went the next year and it was, this big movement, I was like, well, we don't need that. Like I was successful without it,
Right.
Like,
right.
Don't make a big fuss about it. But then when it was like, oh no, this is real. And like the fact that I can call somebody and talk to them about anything and you just relate to them just by simply like going up and having that warm welcome, the difference it made for me. Like I will never go to another conference again and not have like real personal friends that I'm excited to see. And
that's so nice to have.
I think
it is.
Little League too. Like
Little League
that's when
for
it was
sure.
real to me because, I mean, we were there just, working, hanging out, pulling tarps for all the rain the first year. And same thing. Like I was like, wow. There's this many girls.
Yep.
And I mean, now it's even more than what it was when I first went. But I didn't realize it until I was there. And I was like, I made a bunch of friends.
Magic in a bottle, like truly. Yep. That first one was like just so incredible to experience.
The weather was terrible. Hurricane. But we all were just like, well.
We're doing the damn thing for sure. I love it. Okay, well, we know that you both have, or mainly Mira, sorry, I'm really excited to talk about this, that you have a wedding coming up in December. So, how do you keep that balance? And I hate even using the word balance, like work-life balance is just like
it's a thing.
It's a thing. Like, how have you managed, what you have to do on the day-to-day, but you also have all these wonderful life events happening outside of the job?
I think the biggest thing is just having a crew that supports me. Yeah. And everything that I do. So you come in and everybody's like, oh, like, what's next? What
Everyone's concerned about the tan lines.
Exactly. The tan lines, trying to get rid of the watch tan.
No. I think this is a good example. We had a double header and her fiance was in town and it was his birthday.
Oh, so sweet.
And Mira was like, yeah, I'm going to come in. And I was like, no, you're not. And then the other day we had to come in on Sunday. And she was like, he was still here.
Yeah.
And I was like, or she said, I'm going to come in for like an hour and a half. I said, No, you're actually banned.
Yeah.
You can't come in.
So they didn't allow me to come in.
I love that. That's so sweet.
Not because we didn't want her to, but because, you know, you have people in town that aren't going to be here forever. We're going to be here for a while, so we can share some time.
And that's the thing that I appreciate about them is just their willingness to allow. I mean, that's overall like just our environment that we're building is like our crew. You have something going on, take the day off.
Yeah,
like, we have people that can now step in. A year ago, we didn't.
Yeah,
like so. Yeah, we can look at a year. You know, last year, and we had 2 people here.
Yeah,
and now we have 8. So
what is your words of advice to somebody who may be in that position where you were at last year, where it's just like, how do they stick with it? Like, how do they get to this year when it feels, you know, overwhelming? Like, oh my gosh, every day is a battle to just get the things that we need to get done. And it's hard to get time away from the stadium. What would be your words of advice to them so that they can make it to that next year?
I think, I mean, just trying to dig down to your roots and why you're here. Yeah. I think that's a big thing is looking at, I mean, we were working 12, 15-hour days just to get these 2, like, we had 3 fields and 5 artificial between 2 people.
Yeah.
And that is, obviously, we know in our industry is crazy.
Yeah.
But to really dig deep into your why and why are you here? Why are you doing this? What was all the work that you just did the last, you know, through school, through all your internships, all the people, like lean on your people. And that's, I mean, the amount of texts that I've sent out to just other head groundskeepers or other, you know, friends that we've made in the industry. It's just like, hey, like, how do you get through this situation? What are you thinking here? And that was kind of the mental escape. But like wedding stuff too, for me, it's like my escape. Like, I'm so incredibly excited that it allows me to take a step away from work and still be working, but doing something that's different than, you know, focusing all the time on here. But then I don't like being away from it too much.
Well, I will be like on my phone waiting for the photos to drop.
Yes.
Like, just know that I will be a fan from the sideline cheering you on.
Wait.
So excited for you.
Thank you.
I think that I'm gonna text you the next day.
Okay.
And ask for pictures. I'll give you the one day.
Okay.
To you know have your wedding.
Yeah. So if you don't want texts, just like post them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
give the people what they want.
Well, the one thing we do have College Cup. And so that's December 5th and December 8th. And I get married the 13th. So I think
been banned starting the month of December because she has a wedding that month.
Crazy.
What, I
is
can't
like,
be here?
you need to go do this stuff for your wedding. And she's like, no, it's fine.
Yes, you got to savor it. It only happens once.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so the last time we talked, Mira, we unofficially but officially, you know, started a book club of sorts.
Oh, yes.
So we need an update on Julie.
Julie, you can join if you'd
What's
like.
the book?
So we just talked about like all the books that like, because that's my escape. Like, I love to read and it like and we like really connected on that. And so you've finished the things that we leave unfinished.
Oh, that was one of my favorite books I think I've ever read. And did you hear they might be making a movie?
They are. Yes, I saw that it was.
What?
Yeah,
it's going to be really good.
So she's rolling in the dough. Let me just say, Rebecca Yarros, because Fourth Wing is being adapted, and then if that book is adapted, that book just like rocked me. And you have to read it, Julie.
And there's 2 more coming out in that series.
Okay. Oh, really?
And, after
the Fourth Wing.
Yeah, Fourth
series.
Wing. Sorry. Yeah, not the other.
Well, let the record show, just so that I am like out there, people know I am done. I am done with the Fourth Wing series.
After Onyx Storm, you put that book down and you're like, I have to wait another year.
No, and it's just
frustrating. You're so mad.
So frustrating. A waste of my time. Seriously, a crime that somebody would put me through like 13 hours of reading and then give me that at the end.
Yep. Well, I don't want to read it then.
No, don't even start
read it when you have all the books, so then you can just mow through.
Yes.
Because now we're at a waiting point. You got to wait.
Or just save yourself. Like, save yourself while you can.
Yes.
I love to read, too.
So you do love to read.
Perfect, so you can join.
Okay, so have you both read The Nightingale yet?
No.
Not
By
yet.
Chris and Hannah. That's the next one on your list.
Nightingale?
Like, all-time favorite. That one just got announced. So the book is about 2 sisters during World War II. And it's historical fiction, but it really like gives you the contrast of like people in France who were like, we need to resist, and people who are like, I have to live because I have a family or children and I just have to get by the next day. But it's 2 sisters. So it's like they come from very similar mindset, but they just announced that the Fanning sisters are going to play the two main characters in the movie.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet.
Which is just like so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, drop everything that you're doing and read
one.
Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. It's the most incredible.
You just finished.
There is a book. I read it a while ago. It's called The Seven Husbands of
Oh,
Evelyn Hugo.
my girl.
That
Hold on.
book is
Taylor
so-
Jenkins Reid?
Yes. She is so good. There's another one by her that's like, I don't remember, but it's like before something happened and then after, or it's like if
One True Loves?
maybe, yeah. And it's like if,
read
if,
all
Yeah, you're like,
if
yep,
something
that one.
happened, this is what the story would be like. And if this other way happened, like, and then you find out at the end that either way, you would end up where you are.
Okay, I love that. I don't think that is One True Loves. I love that. I
don't
should go
remember
out
what
and
it's
look
called,
for
but
that
it's like
one.
especially when you think like, okay, I can pick to do this or this.
Yes.
Which path should I take? And it goes down both paths, and they still end up at the same end point.
I love that. That's
pretty
really cool.
All right, you need to find that. That's your.
But then I also read the Let Them Theory.
Okay,
book.
I've heard so much about that.
Mira and I were talking about it because I read it a couple
Paula
months ago.
Sleaford was saying that she just read it, and I think Son also read it.
Yeah,
We'll have a book club
It's on my
meeting at
list.
Fort,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Fort Worth.
When I was like thinking about reading it, because I had listened to the podcast, people were just like, they loved the book. And I was like, there's no way it's that good.
Yep. It's that good.
It's that good.
It's that good.
Because I think I might read it again.
Wow. Okay.
That's
Is it like a memoir of sorts or like a...
I mean, it's kind of just like, it's definitely like a self-help book
Okay.
in a way. But she also brings in like, she gives examples.
Yep,
of
like short
how
stories
she uses
of-
things from her life.
Okay.
Or it's motivating, I would say.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I've heard
But-
great things about that one.
Most like fiction books, I can probably finish, depending on how long they are, in a few days.
Nice.
This book I had to like
Really?
separate it because it's a lot.
Okay.
It's not really a lot to think about or a lot to process, but like she makes everything so simple. And so then I'd just be sitting there like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Or like, why didn't I? It's not that hard, not that difficult, but
I am the
super
type
good.
of person, like when I consume something like TV, music, books, like it becomes like I can't not ingrain it into my my entire life. And it's like my husband and I, we've been watching Survivor recently,
Oh,
and like
nice.
my sons. They only speak in Survivor terms now. Like, oh, if I do this challenge, do I win? Or like, you're on my tribe, let's go. Because like when we do something, we do it 100%.
Yep.
So like that's why I get so psyched about books, because like when I am in a book, I am like everything.
Glued.
Yes,
You
like
would love that book.
Yeah.
okay.
Like, and I don't know if Kelly's read it, but I think Kelly would love that book.
Kelly may be the ghostwriter.
Yep.
She very possibly could be, because it's just, I don't know. I think the book is helpful.
Okay,
For sure.
I love it. I love it.
And it's not just like you can relate to it when you're in your 30s, or like I think anybody, any age can relate to it.
Any
or
stage of
use,
life.
Like what they read from it. It's not like just if you're married, just if you have kids, like
Yep.
anybody.
Well, look at that. You've heard it here, folks.
Look it
heard
up.
it here first, folks. Let
Yep.
them. And Mira, what was your most recent? Rebecca Yarrow's one?
that
Okay.
Yeah, I literally just finished it a few weeks ago. Wedding kind of takes it over right now.
No,
my
I know.
reading
Well, the
time.
summer is hard to
Yeah, and I
to
want to
stay
go
in it.
outside. It's so nice out.
I
Usually.
know.
Well,
Well, that's why you need a Kindle. It changes the lighting
Oh.
so that you can read in
is
any
true.
light. And I
Yeah.
will say that's the
But-
biggest thing that I advocate for.
Yeah. You could go to the pool.
You can go to the pool, you can be at the beach, but you could also be like in your bed trying to put children down to sleep and like
Still reading.
secretly reading something. There's definitely been times where like my kids are sleeping next to me and the book takes a turn and I'm like, I cannot read this next to them. I'm like, that is
you're like, nope,
different space.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, no, not right now. That's funny.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, we'll probably wrap it up here, but what are some things that you guys that's on the horizon for the KC Current that is pepping your step, getting you up in the morning like you're just so excited for the next thing? I mean, we covered a lot of it.
I'm excited for the back half of the season. I mean, we're in first right now.
Oh yeah.
And
You guys, that's the first time you mentioned that
yeah,
you're in first.
Oh, we are absolutely
Number
dominating right now.
5 in the world.
Number 5 in the world for like marketing purposes. I think it was what it is. So like when you think of clubs, right?
Yeah.
You think of all these, English Premier clubs and
Chelsea,
Barcelona, Chelsea,
Madrid, yeah.
Man City, and we're number 6 right now. When you look like globally.
That is so cool.
So that's props to our marketing team and what our organization is trying to do, but we're really accomplishing something that no one's done before.
I love it.
But
my gosh.
Then being number 1 in the league is exciting because...
Well, it helps you, like, those long days when you get to sit and watch a winning team. Like, nobody can deny that definitely helps move things along.
Well, right now it's hard to get tickets. We just sold out, I'm pretty sure, for the rest of the season.
Crazy.
So right now tickets are going for like $250. And... people always joke, oh, it's just women's soccer. I'm like, just women's soccer. You want to come in here?
Cool.
Come on.
I know.
It's packed.
You need to get like a short clip for me so that I can see like what the experience that hype. Because it sounds unreal.
It's so loud in here. It's ridiculous, but it makes it that much more fun.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for you pulled out the red carpet for me today. I saw that my name was even on the calendar over there. Like,
she took a picture of it. She took a picture.
You were on the calendar and the whiteboard and the other calendar.
I love it. Like, really star treatment here today. So thank you guys. You're welcome back anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks
Seal
for
of
having
approval.
us. Yes, we made it, Julie.
Alrighty, folks. And if you guys want the full turf origin story for either of these ladies, we recorded an episode with Mira. I think that was like back in January, February. And then you'd have to dig deep in the archives for Julie's. And I love Julie's because, like, I don't think she, the Groundskeeper chat wasn't what it is today.
Yeah.
But she literally like joined on her lunch break from her car. I think you had Arby's.
Oh, I remember that now.
That's
yeah,
so funny.
it was in Pittsburgh.
Yes. And it was like her first summer.
Did you have curly fries?
She was like,
remember.
I'm going to go through the Arby's drive-thru real quick. And I were like in the recording. And she's like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready. And it was amazing.
That's so funny.
And so take a trip down memory lane. That was, I don't know what year that would have been, but it was like one of the OG
2021.
episodes. So go back and find her turf origin story.
Oh, no.
Mira's is really like a very special one. So that was from February. And then you'll get the full story of our book club introduction.
Yeah,
so,
perfect.
So I'm sure all the, men in this industry are super interested in the books we like to read,
Club.
but
It's okay. That's why it's at the end.
exactly. Thank you guys.